Welcome to day 3, dear friends. It is so wonderful to see you here in our magical realm where fairy tales meet fiber threads. I am checking to make sure everybody hears and sees well. Today is day 3 of our 5-day journey of creating our magical pair of socks. We reach the turning point on this path in the forest, the place where the light changes, and we must trust that the way we feel more than the way we see will lead us forward. If you're knitting socks for the very first time, this is the part of the project where you prepare to make that transformation from knitting straight down from the cuff in the round and round and round through the turn of the heel. As we do that, we might imagine ourselves as a traveler who is standing at a fork in their path. The signs had faded. The only guide might be the beat of the traveler's heart. She stepped forward not because she knew exactly where the path will lead, but because she trusted that her heart will lead her where she needs to go. So now, if you're knitting socks for the very first time, I'm asking you to trust that what we're going to do next will lead us where we need to go to shape and turn the heel and be ready to then, tomorrow, prepare to knit the foot part and make the socks your own magical pieces. So let's see where we are. Tell me in the chat if you are ready for this part, or if you're just watching and planning to work on this portion of the sock later. It's totally okay either way. This is a very important pivot point of the project. It doesn't always go fast, but it is always very meaningful. It may feel awkward moving through this portion of the knitted work, but it's going to help you feel confident and ready to knit the second one in the same way. So let's focus on that first, and then we're going to discover the connections and the keys of the story. Today's story is very different yet again. There's shape shifting. As we shape shift through this portion of our knitting work, we will also explore a story full of shape shifting. So I know you have this in your skills video link in your email, but let's take a look together here and just review and make sure. We are at the beginning of the round after having knitted the 11 rounds of our illumination band in the sock. And now it's time for the heel flap. The heel flap is worked only on needles 1 and 2. Stitches on needles 3 and 4 are now going to sleep. We're going to ignore them for a little while. So we're going to focus on these 2 needles, these 22 stitches. To help us really focus on them, as I knit, I'm going to put them all on one needle. But at the same time, I'm going to start building a bridge through this shape-shifting fairy tale forest space. I'm going to knit 1, purl 1. Now I will knit the rest of the stitches on this needle. And I will continue on to the next needle. And when I have 2 stitches left, I will purl 1 and knit the last one. And now I will turn and purl all 22 stitches. Now I know that today you are also looking ahead to working on the heel turn and setting up for the gusset. I pre-recorded that for you, and in the playlist you have a separate slow step-by-step video for those 2 parts. Here in our live stream, we're going to review the heel flap together. Tomorrow we will review the heel turn and gusset, but you're also going to receive in your emails link to a pre-recorded step-by-step guidance for working the gusset all the way through. That'll be in your email tomorrow. All right, so now I'm starting the next row. I'm working only on these stitches, and the first stitch I'm going to slip. Then I'm going to purl, and now I'm going to knit the rest until I have 2 stitches left. When I have 2 stitches left, I will purl second to last stitch and knit the very last stitch. Have 2 stitches left, purl, knit, turn, and purl all 22 stitches. Some of you are watching this on replay, so you can pause and rewind. Or if you're here live and you want to watch this again, you can go to replay link, which will be in your email tomorrow. Now remember that you can also connect with the Rose and the Bee Magical Fiber Art School through on the Instagram page, and there all the posts are rather open to all who are following. You can also connect with the channel on Telegram, where you can ask direct questions and get some conversations going that are only for those who are in the circle and want to join the Telegram channel. But also I'm working on setting up chat groups on the website itself, so that we don't have to rely on social media and can chat in those groups on the website. So keep an eye for updates later this month from the Rose and the Bee, and join some of those chat groups to share photos of your projects and interact specifically with our magical friends and creators here at the Rose and the Bee. So here now I'm going to switch to knitting and talking to you. We want to work 22 rows, 11 sets of these 2 rows. And while we do that, I'm going to knit and tell you some of the keys from today's story. Today's story is not a children's tale. It is a story that comes to us from the body of ballads related to the fae realm from the Scottish Celtic tradition. And you can find retellings in both tradition streams as well as in some modern retellings. Now, in your email, you have the link to the version that I based these keys on. So let's work and consider the themes in this story and how what is coming through for us and speaking to us in this fairy tale realm, in this forest, can be resonating with where we are currently in life and what might need to be breathed into our project here to make our socks an item that will nourish and protect and empower us. So the big theme here is the dark wood and the forbidden threshold. And this forest is not just any forest. It is a portal space between our human realm and the realm of the Fae. There, rules of our daily ordinary reality twist and dissolve just like in any fairy tale. And Janet, in the story, is fearlessly choosing to step across this boundary and embody the magical strengths of who she is in the process. She enters the enchanted beyond. She's daring, she's courageous, she embraces her destiny, and she conquers her fear in the process. Tam Lin demands from maidens that which is most precious to them. And this echoes some of those fairy tales that have been retold in many versions, even similar to Rumpelstiltskin stories, where magic demands a payment, an exchange, a part of oneself, or something that they treasure or hold dear needs to be given away in this magical trade. Then there is the transformation where the magical realm tests the soul of the one seeking to make that exchange. And in the story, there is the witching hour where Janet must seize Tam Lin and hold on even as he shapeshifts through so many different terrifying shapes of a snake and other beasts and even fire. And Janet must be holding on through the shape shifting. And each of those changes is a symbolic trial. And her holding on is a symbol in itself of steadfastness and fearlessness, which together, carried on the wings of love, resolve and break any illusion and any enchantment. She must hold fast. She must keep faith. She must keep a grip upon Tam Lin. And the spell will be broken if she does. Only after the final form, which are the flames, the burning embers also, she releases him into the well of water, completing the process of breaking the enchantment and restoring Tam Lin to his human form. There are many ancient lessons embodied in this story the lesson of how courage and love can break enchantments, how Janet's claim to Carter Hall clashes with Tam Lin's unnatural claim under fairy dominion, how Janet becomes the agent of rescue, how fairy magic is not omnipotent. It can be undone, and its malicious enchantments, when they happen, can be broken through love, courage, knowledge, and steadfast human will. The truth offers a timeless, tender hope and shows how courageous deeds of love can conquer binds of enchantments. What does this bring to mind to our modern experience of life? I would love to know. And if you are watching replay, do comment below the video to share what is it's bringing up for you. So we see a reminder here that we must choose our steps with careful intention when we walk between the realms, that it is necessary that we really know our purpose before we seek to enter a fairy tale realm of forest portals. For the places like those enchanted fairy tale realms will test us, will test our commitment to the truth of our own heart. We are reminded that nothing is gained without giving, that to enter the enchanted past, we are called and asked to give something, our time, our comfort, a symbol of something that we're ready to give away, a fear, or an illusion, or a denial. We might be called to craft an offering, maybe bake bread and share it with the creatures in the forest. Maybe find flowers and scatter petals of wilted old blooms once the plant is going to seed. Maybe find seeds and help spread them where you feel they're seeking to go. The wisdom keepers of old would also remind us with this story that love and intention are the strongest words of protection of all. Holding fast through all the shape-shifting in the story is like holding fast through all the ways in which we have to transform ourselves when we're aiming to reach a goal or to create something new in our lives. At the end of the journey, returning surely to that which is true in our hearts always. When the working turns strange on our paths, we do not quit. We keep going, we keep creating, we keep overcoming obstacles, building ourselves stronger, building ourselves wiser, and finding our path back to that which our heart was leading us towards. There is also part in the story where we see how the wisdom keepers remind us that the seasons and the change of the seasons through the cycle and the year is rather meaningful and can be worked in harmony with. And when one develops a connection to this changes of the season as they go circling around the cycle of the year, one gets to know the tides of the year and the hours of the day and to work with them. And one gets to move in harmony with them. There is a reason why this specific event takes place halfway between the equinox and the solstice. Mm, yes. What is coming up for you as you read this story and are hearing these keys and symbolisms? This tale is definitely not just about Janet rescuing Tam Lin. It is about rescuing our own will from the clutches of illusions, enchantments of our own superstitions and denials. Every one of us at some hour might find themselves as Tam Lin, and every one of us at another hour might find ourselves to be just like Janet, stepping into the wood, gripping tight through the transformations and claiming what is ours beneath the heavens and above the earth. I hope you're going to enjoy reflecting on this story. And remember to journal, add notes of your reflection. Where in your life are you being asked to persevere as you transform? Where in your life are you being asked to prepare to make a new turn? Even if I don't know my path, I feel that my heart remembers. Let's check on our knitting. So here you can see my knitting. And I want to point out this. I do also point it out in the other video clip that's linked to your email. But I want you to really see this pattern. I see it as a beginner pattern. And because it is for beginners, I wanted to find a way to make picking up stitches for the gusset very easy to see. So as you look, our purl stitches will serve just that purpose. When it's time to now knit this insert here that we call gusset on knitted socks, instead of hunting and struggling to see where do I pick up the stitches, you're going to follow the bridge from where we will pause back to the beginning, one purl stitch at a time. And that is exactly where you will pick up stitches for the gusset. Of course, you will pick up one more here in between and one after the heel turn. But between the first and the last one that are easy to find, these can be difficult to find. And these little purl stitches will become your bridge to cross that gap. So right now, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 purl stitches, which means I've done 7 sets of rows, 14 rows in total. So one with the purls, then come back. One with the purl stitches, then come back. I have to do 4 more sets, so 8 more rows. And then I will be ready to turn the heel. Now I'm going to work on this, and I hope you're working with your hands as well. And while I do this, I want to tell you a little more about how the Magical School of Fiber Arts came into being. My late grandmother could create marvels with her hands and any type of fiber. And she taught my mother to do all of those things. And then my mother taught me. But along the way, they taught so many other women, empowering them to not only create things that bring them joy, but as all of you know, life brings us unexpected twists and turns on our paths. And sometimes what we are doing with our hands not only brings us joy, sometimes it's the thing that helps us survive and puts us back on the path of thriving from a path of despair. And helping one know how to create things with their own hands that will nourish them, feed them, heal them, clothe them, and shelter and protect them, I have discovered to be the biggest gift I was given on my path so far. And over the last year, I have discovered so many stories I did not know before as to how the strong women who who are who have gifted me the honor of being on this lifetime's path created these empowering experiences for others. And for weeks on end, I was waking up with this nudge to find a way to continue what they're doing in a way that meets us where we are right now. So one morning, I'm walking outside, enjoying the early morning hours, and in my head, the words, the magical school of fiber arts keep resounding, and I come back and I write it down in my journal. And one step at a time, inspiration starts to flow. And then friends start to ask questions that point me in the direction first of magical moments with fairy tales, then of family empowering moments with fiber threads. And I find myself creating these journeys, offering them to you, and feeling inspired to bring these connections between fairy tales and fiber creations out into the world. And I hope you're enjoying them. So share these journeys with your friends who you think might be inspired by them. Help us grow this circle and add their emails and your email to our uh, list. There are no ads coming your way, but there will be updates. And when a new journey comes together, I will send an invitation again when we have a new update or a new opportunity to connect through a project, an exploration of a magical realm in a fairy tale land, I will send you invitations. And if you choose to follow the Rose and the Bee Telegram and Instagram pages, you will have moments of getting a sneak peek into projects I'm working on, projects others are working on, and please share what you're doing, what you're creating, and how these journeys are meeting you where you are, and whether you're finding yourself inspired to enter the realm where fairy tales meet fiber threads. So if you're in the journey, your email inbox in the morning will have day 4 email with a new story, a new knitting skills video that will help you work further, and a link to join me live tomorrow evening for day 4. There will also be an updated a PDF with a few more pages from my magical knitting journal. Blessings to you and all you love. And I will see you soon where fairy tales meet fiber threads. Blessings on your work and your creative journeys. Share, comment, follow, subscribe, connect. Let's expand the circle of joyous adventures and creative adventures too. See you soon in the next live